What's up, everybody? Dwayne Roberts here. I'm going to give a few minutes for people to get into the group, and we'll get started with today's training. Go ahead and pin this to the top real quick. I'm not actually sure I'm live right now. Yeah, I am live. Sorry about that, guys. If you can hear me and you can see me, please put in the comments right now to let me know, because we've been kind of having tech problems just about all day. I am live. Sorry about that, guys. If you can hear me and you can see me, please put in the comments right now to let me know, because we've been kind of having tech problems just about all day. I am live. Sorry about that, guys. If you can hear me and you can see me, please put in the comments right now to let me know, because we've been kind of having tech problems just about all day. All right, guys, we'll get started here in a few minutes. I'm going to pin this to the top so other people can find it real quick. All right. Cool beans. So if you're just now tuning in, if you're now just tuning in, let me know where you're calling from or tuning in from. If this is your very first time on a call, just put in the comments first time. If you've been with us a while, let us know how long you've been with me, and let me know which company you're with and where you're calling from. I'm gonna go ahead and move this on over here real quick. Mississippi, Tanya, welcome to the call. Nelda, welcome to the call. Tanya, got you already. Mississippi. Ron Paul in West Mains, welcome to the call, guys. I've got something good for you guys today, because we've got an escalation clause. I love to take credit for it, but it was actually provided by one of our students that had an attorney draft up an escalation clause. So I'm going to tell you toward the end here what you guys need to do in order to get that call if you want. All right, so I'll just give a couple more minutes for people to be able to tune in, and we're going to get started on today's live. But one of the things we're going to talk about today is how competitive the market is out there. So I want to get some engagement right now. I want to hear your most crazy buyer story right now. I'm talking about when, like, you submitted an offer, the list price was $260, you submitted like $280, and some offer came in like at $400,000. Something stupid. I want to hear the most ridiculous offer that you've seen that went through in this crazy darn market right now. I've heard some doozies. I've heard things going $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 cash over a listing price. So I'm just curious to know what you guys are seeing out there, to make sure that the students that I'm talking to they're just not crazy. That's happening everywhere across the nation. So as you're tuning in, if you've got a story, I'd love to hear what that story is. Let me know, what that actually looks like for you guys. Some crazy story out there. And let's compare notes. Let's see who's got the craziest story that's out there. All right, guys, let me go ahead and get to Zoom real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Good deal. All right, so again, if you're just now tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from, how long you've been an agent. And if you're just now tuning in, tell me your most crazy competitive story. Like the story that you would think no one will believe is like where you submitted an offer in on something and it just got stupid, ridiculous, and you're like, there's no way I lose this deal, and you lost it. Some crazy offer. That's what I want to hear about right now. While that's coming in, let's talk about a little bit about the market and a little bit of intro to this presentation. First, let me start by saying that I have never seen it like this. I mean, it's stupid crazy right now. I've been in this business for 20 years, and inventory is at an all-time low. So that makes it very hard to get buyer's offers accepted these days, especially if they're going FHA or RD or VA. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening out in the market, and a couple of the viewpoints I want to talk about is if I feel there's a crash coming, when that may come and what we need to do to prepare for it, so on and so forth. Got some comments coming in right now. I'm going to take a look at these real quick. So I got someone saying Ron said was not involved with the offer, but had an offer $100,000 over listing. That's crazy. Nella said listing was for 337.9, put an offer in at 302. Counter was 322, and they agreed. Well, hey, congratulations there. I typically don't let my buyers submit anything less than a full price offer. I say commit, don't let them. I just kind of school them at the very beginning. But if you got a, maybe it was overpriced to begin with. If you got a deal and you got, you know, $22,000 off, $10,000 off list price, then great. Tanya says it keeps repeating. I'm not sure what's going on there. Can everyone hear me right now? If I'm not speaking double, please let me know that you can hear me and see the presentation. I hate to get 10 minutes into this thing. You got to tell me I'm repeating myself. So just put in the comments right now to let me know if you can see a screen that says competitive market. All right, so unless I get any feedback otherwise, I'm just going to continue on, guys. So here's the deal with being in such this repetitive, crazy market. There's a lot of people that's straight looking right now, right? So there's more buyers in the market, but unfortunately, that also means that there's less inventory. All right, so what do you do in order to combat that? All right, so here's my thought process, okay? You've got typically two types of agents. You have agents who are buyer's reps, and you have agents who are listing agents. Let me ask you a question. Who's making the money right now? Who do you really want to be? Do you want to be a buyer's rep, or do you want to be a listing agent? So put in the comments right now, buyer's rep or listing agent. There's no wrong answer. I'm just curious to know what you guys think right now. Where would you rather be? Buyer rep or listing agent right now? Now, the good news is that the interest rates are still at a historic low. So if you guys are not pushing that to your sellers, you're making a huge mistake. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. This is going to be an aha moment for some of you guys. I talk to agents daily about our product, and I hear this all the time. Dwayne, I don't want any buyers. I want listings. But guess what? Listings, sellers are buyers too. Ding, 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 ding. So unless they're moving out of state, you still have to solve their buyer problem. Does that make sense? Everyone put in the comments if that makes sense. Because in the back of their mind, I'm telling you, they may think about selling, but they're not selling because they're afraid. They are afraid that they cannot replace the house that they're selling for what they're going to sell it for. So when people say, I only want listings, what they're telling me is they only want to lay down. They only want people moving out of state, because you still have to solve the buyer problem, right? So I've got a solution right now to help you with your listing problem, getting listings, getting sellers off the fence. Who wants to know what that is? I call it magic. If you want to know the magic I have, as a matter of fact, I normally only talk about this in our paid course, but I want to let you guys know it right now. So even if you're not a student right now and you just on the wall, on the fence, checking us out, put in the comments magic. I want to see the word magic. And I'm going to tell you what the magic is and what you need to do in order to get sellers on the hook and wanting to use you. Susan said, show me the magic. I better get about 5 or 10 more of those because here's the deal. I know this information. I don't have to give it out. It's kind of hard talking to a darn screen. That's 2. Raquel said magic. Tanya, magic. Lisa said my wand is ready. Let me get one more. Who's out there who wants to know the magic? Don't make me sing, oh, it's magic. Oh no. All right, here's the magic. I got 5. Listen up, guys. In order to get sellers, you have to start advertising homes. Because I'm going to tell you something, and for you beautiful women, especially since Mother's Day was just yesterday, you beautiful women, I'm going to pull a gender card. And do not fault me for this, because if you've been around me long enough, you should know that I just spit truth. Here's the deal. Women will not move unless they know where they're going. Men, we will live in a tent for the most part, but a woman, their home is their security. It is their safety net. It is their livelihood, their security. So oftentimes in the back of their mind, they may be thinking of moving, but in the back of their mind, they're also thinking that they can't replace their house for what they're going to sell it for. Does that make sense? Put in the comments right now if that makes sense, and we'll go on to the rest of this magic trick. Lisa said her sound disappeared. Not sure what's going on there. Let me do a sound check. Hello. No, I still got sound. Lisa, not sure what happened. Reboot your computer or something. I'll still be here. All right. So Susan said that makes sense. All right. So check it out. You're going to run an ad on Facebook. And in that ad, you're going to ask the question in the Facebook lead form. Guys, I'm dropping nuggets right now. I'm dropping bombs. I'm talking about stuff that's normally in the paid course. So you get some freebies for those who have not anteed up yet and decided to become a modern digital agent. You're going to run a Facebook ad, and in the Facebook lead form, you're going to ask the question, do you own a house now? If they say yes, then you know that there's a potential listing. There are only 2 reasons, and 2 reasons alone, that somebody would consider filling out your form. Here they are. Reason number 1, they watch way too much HGTV. They're not planning on doing anything. They're wasting everyone's time. We like to call these people habitual house surfers. They're never going to do anything. You need to identify who they are and get them out of your pipeline as quick as you can. Or they fall into bucket number 2. Bucket number 2 is something is either happening now or happening in their future that has them looking into their options. Let's face some facts. Moving sucks. When's the last time you guys moved? Now, let me ask you guys a question. Let me get some feedback right here. Have you ever moved and you told yourself, I'm never doing this again? If you're guilty, put guilty in the comments right now. If you've ever moved, but then you told yourself, I ain't never doing that again, I want you to write guilty in the comments right now. So there has to be a compelling reason for someone to want to move. And it all starts with a pain point. Okay, listen, I need you guys to get this. It's going to make you money. Okay, it comes with a pain point. Somebody is living in a HOA so tight they can't plant a lily in the front yard without getting a letter. Somebody is living in a 2-story house and they need a 1-story house. Somebody is driving too far to work. From the time they get home, they want to It's 8 o'clock at night. The kids are in bed. Somebody is living in an apartment complex just to find out their girlfriend or their wife is pregnant and they have to make a move. There is a reason people start looking, okay? And let me get this completely through this point. If there's any point I get across to you guys, I want you to get this. Stop worrying about your commission check and figure out how you can help people solve their problem. When you can help people solve their problem, you'll make money. The money will just come, and it will come in abundance. All right, so here's the magic trick. You ready? If they say they own a house, their name is Bob Jones, and they say, I own a house now. You don't have the address at this point. How can you find out Bob Jones' address? Put in the comments right now to let me know how you can find the address for Mr. Bob Jones. I'm gonna stop the presentation for a second. I really want you guys to get this right now. How do you get the address to a guy that you just have the name, but you do not have their address just yet? All right. Ms. Mosley said land roll. I am not sure what that is. That's probably the right answer. What I'm talking about, that's right, Lisa. I'm talking about tax records. So step number one, look them up in tax records. Narrow it down who they are. Ask yourself the question, do you even want the listing? Is it in the hood? Do you even want to take it? If you want to take the listing and you want to make money, put in the comments right now, show me the money, because I will tell you exactly. Again, I'm in a generous mood. This is paid member type stuff. I'm going to reveal it right now. Put in the comments, show me the money. And I'm about to tell you exactly what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to get out from behind your computer and you need to go knock on their door. What? Oh, I didn't say the doorknob, did I? Yes, I did. Are they going to be mean to you? No, they're not. If your area won't let you get out because of COVID, I get it. Move to Florida. We got an amazing governor. Ain't got no problems here. But here's the deal. You're going to go knock on their door. You are not going to send them an email. You're not going to send them a text message. You're not going to try to call them on the phone. You're going to bypass all that crap. Because I want you to think about something, okay? Let's think about psychology here. If a buyer is serious, okay? I said buyer because they own a house now. They got to buy another house, right? That's where the process starts. They go to Zillow. They go to Realtor.com. They look at property. Every time they look at a home, Zillow or Realtor.com is going to pop them for their contact information. Then they're going to sell that information to 3 to 5 agents. Am I speaking truth or am I speaking truth? Let me know right now if I'm dropping some truth and value bomb in here. Because if you think I'm crazy, I don't have to show the rest of the magic trick. So put in the comments right now, truth. Because I know I'm speaking truth because I'm a marketing guy. That's what I do. So check it out. Every agent that they buy that lead, they're calling the customer, they're texting the customer, and when they don't reach them, what do every last one of those agents do? They put them in their magic drip campaign that some stupid marketing company tried to convince them that this is what they needed to do. Like there's some magic email sequence or some magic text message sequence or something crazy that's going to cause these people to respond. Listen, guys, stop buying into the hype. It's all garbage. Why? Because they have 30 agents sending them the same darn emails, the same darn text message, because all you guys bought the same darn course. Do you understand what I'm saying? So how do you bypass that? You get uncomfortable. Listen, 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 listen. If you are comfortable, you're not growing. You have to be uncomfortable in order to grow. So if the thought makes your stomach turn about going and knocking on a stranger's door, good. Because if you're one of my paid students, I'm going to encourage you to do that. Why? Because I need to make you uncomfortable. The more uncomfortable you get, the more money you're actually going to make. Now, you may ask yourself, what the heck do I say when I get to the door? It's simple. You're just going to have a conversation. Mrs. Jones, hi, my name is Dwayne Roberts. I'm with XYZ Real Estate Company. I know we don't know one another, but you actually responded to an ad that we had on Facebook looking at 123 Main Street, and you indicated that you own a house. So in my experience, that tells me that either one or two things are happening. Either A, you just like looking at homes, or B, something may be happening in the future, and you're just kind of kicking tires right now what it might look like in order to buy another property. So let me ask you, Mrs. Jones, what's got your wheels spinning? Are you guys thinking about buying a house? And then shut up, shut up, shut up. No matter what you say, shut up. Let them talk. Stare at them like this. And guess what happens? They're going to start talking. And they're going to say stuff like, well, you know, I don't like this HOA, or my husband's driving too far to work, or we have a 2-story house and we need a 1-story house, or my daughter is graduating from school and we told ourselves when that happens, we're going to buy the lake house, or whatever the case may be. And you're just going to take mental notes of everything they say. You're going to be 100% non-pressure here, non-pressure. At the end of the meeting, this is all I want you to do. You're going to say, hey, it's been great speaking with you today, Mrs. Jones. You know, I know you're not 100% serious about doing anything right now. I just really wanted to put a face to a name so you know who I am. And, you know, I know you said that in a perfect scenario, if you found a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house that was in 10 minutes of your husband's work, you know, that had a half an acre and blah, 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 that may entice you enough to be able to move. So with your permission, if I come across something that kind of matches that criteria, would it be okay if I let you know about it? What are they going to say? Are they going to say yes, or are they going to say no? Put in the comments right now. Let me guys know you're still with me. Are they going to say yes, or are they going to say no? Cue the Jeopardy music. No answers. Come on, guys. You still with me? Are they going to say yes, or are they going to say no? Of course, the answer is yes. They're going to say that will be perfectly okay. And then all you're going to do is you're going to walk away from that meeting, and all you did was make a friend, a potential friend. Listen, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust, period. They have to know, like, and trust you, period. And they're not going to get to know, like, and trust you over an electronic communication. And you have to date your prospects. The first date, the first door knock. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put your darn hat on, and you're going to turn into a realtor. And you can go back to your darn MLS, and you're going to find 2 or 3 homes that closely match what they're looking for, especially if you can find one that's exactly what they're looking for. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to go out there. I'm dropping nuggets. Hope you're writing this down. You're going to go out there and you're going to videotape that property. You're going to take your phone out and you're going to whip it out, and you're going to be like, hey, Mrs. Jones, you'll never believe this. I just happen to be in this area. And I know you said you're looking for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath that's close to your husband's work. And you guys got to check this house out. Check out this living room. It's amazing. And you're going to walk through that entire house and you're going to videotape it. And you're going to do about 3 homes that way. When you're done, guess where you happen to be next Saturday? Because you said, next time I'm around, I'll stop by. They gave you permission to let them know because they said yes, right? They said, yeah, if you find out, let me know about it. So the next Saturday, you just happen to be in that area. Now, If you feel uncomfortable about saying, hey, I just have to be in the area, then schedule it on your calendar and say, hey, I schedule myself to stop by and talk to you today, whatever you want to say. But here's the point. You're going to knock on the door. Hey, Mrs. Jones, Dwayne Roberts here at the XYZ Real Estate Company. I know you probably wasn't expecting to hear from me, but after our conversation, I took what you said to heart, and you'll never believe what I found. I mean, it may not be exactly what you're looking for, but you got to see this real quick. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and boom, show them the darn phone. And as long as you're standing there with your phone out like this, they will stand on the porch and they will watch it. And they'll start thinking about it. And they'll start dreaming about this gorgeous house. And then all you have to do is this. All you got to do is say the magic words, which are, hey, I know you're just kicking tires. I love looking at properties. If I didn't, I wouldn't be an agent. Let's get you out there next Saturday to take a look at these 3, just so you know what might be available for you. And here is an ingredient to the magic trick, all right? I'm pulling out all the stops tonight, and then we'll get back to our regular scheduled program. You guys got me fired up. Find out if they have an existing FHA home. Look at tax records. You can tell the mortgage amount versus the sales price. They put 3.5% down. And if they took out an FHA loan 5 to 7 years ago, there is a really good chance that they can sell their home in today's market and cut back down but there's a good chance they can sell their home and walk away with 20% down on their next house, which means they're going to avoid PMI. The interest rates right now are in the gutter, right? So that means they can most likely get a bigger, nicer, newer house and their payment never changes. Bam! So when you say, Mrs. Jones, I'm not sure if this is applicable to you or maybe you thought about this, but there might be a possibility that you can sell your house in today's market and walk away with 20% equity to put down the next house, which means you're going to avoid PMI, which means I might be able to get you into a bigger, nicer, newer house and your payment doesn't even change or even may go down. Boom, baby. No one's told them that. That's one of the magic tricks. And then all you got to do is get them committed to go looking at properties. Now, you want to try to get the husband and wife jointly involved. But even if you cannot get the woman involved, the wife, here's why. Because once she who makes the decisions in the household anyway, come on, ladies, I'm giving you a little bit of love, giving you some props right now. Once she makes the decision, once she gets out there and starts placing property, it's game over. I mean, placing furniture. So if she walks into the house and she goes, oh, the couch would fit here, the living room would fit there, the dining table would fit there, the coffee table, the piano will go there, it's game over, baby. Once she starts placing furniture, it's game flipping over. She will go home and she will sell the husband. You follow me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down right now? Susan said, mind blown. Girl, I got tricks up the sleeve. This is nothing. Coming to the paid course. This is nothing in comparison. Now, let me ask you a question right now before we get back to the regularly scheduled program. How much money would you make on a single transaction in your market? The average purchase price. I want to know the average purchase price in your market, how much money you would make if you closed one side of a deal. Gross. I know we all got different commission splits, but let me know what that one transaction really looks like for you. Is it $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000? What does it look like on one single transaction? I want to illustrate a point here. I'm gonna make it so you can't sleep tonight. What's one transaction worth? I'm waiting for some comments to come in before I continue because I need to illustrate my point. You close one deal, how much is it going to be worth? Lisa said the house is hers, you just live there. That's right. All right, so Lisa says she's gonna make about $5,000. Is that average? Are you guys gonna make $5,000? $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. What are you guys going to make in your purchase price? If your average purchase price is 300 grand, you're going to make $9,000, right? Raquel says 10K. All right. Can we all agree that 7,500 is probably going to be a roundabout number that most people are going to make on a closing, right? Now, Kimberly says 8 grand. Check it out. They haven't bought another house yet. So if you're going to make $8,000 on the house, $7,000, $5,000, whatever it is, if you're going to make that on one closing, and you're going to make the same amount or more, because most likely, unless they're downsizing, they're getting a bigger house, you're going to make $8,000, $9,000 on that house as well. So combined, you're going to make somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 when you convert one seller. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen on that? You're going to make $15,000 to $20,000 if you convert one seller the way I'm teaching you how to do it right now. So, you ready to get mind blown? I'm in the mind blowing mood right now. Throughout the week, all you need to do is identify 4 people that indicated they own a house right now. Just 4. You're going to run your ads. You're going to find 4 people that say, yeah, I own a house right now. On Saturday, between the hours of 10 and 12, you're going to go out there and you're going to knock on their door. And you're going to repeat that process that I just told you. Here's how your numbers are going to work out. Okay? Been doing this for years. 2 of the 4 aren't going to be home. You're going to have 2 conversations with those that are. Out of those 2 conversations, they're going to be warm, fuzzy conversations. You're going to do that every single week without fail. So for the month, you had 8 good conversations. 2 a week for a month, 8 conversations. And you're going to repeat the process that I just taught you how to do. So throughout the year, you're going to have 72 decent conversations, 8 times 12, 72 decent conversations. Out of those 72 conversations, I'm going to tell you right now, you will get 20 to 25% of those converted. Let's keep the number low. Let's say you only got 20 out of the 75 to move forward with you. And those 20 purchased another property. And you're making, so that's 40 transactions. If your average purchase price and you're making $5,000 a deal on a low end, and you did 40 transactions, then you made $200,000 that year. Can I get an amen? Hope you guys like what I'm preaching, because I'm spitting out some serious truth right now. So if you converted 40 out of the transactions, you're going to make $200,000. Now, of course, you may be thinking to yourself, Dwayne, it can't be that easy. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. There's only 2 things that's preventing you from doing what I just said. The first one is knowing how to get the leads. The second one is getting over yourself, getting over your own fear of going out there and knocking on the dawn door. So hopefully I've encouraged you on what it takes to make this work in this particular market. If you like what I'm throwing down right now, and you are not a student, and you're thinking to yourself, man, this guy knows what the heck he's talking about. If he's giving me this information for free, what's the paid stuff look like? I want you to write in the comments right now, increase. Put increase in the comments right now. My team will reach out to you. We're going to do a 15-minute call. I'm going to see if you're a good fit for my program. If you are, we'll talk about what it looks like to move forward. But I guarantee you, I'm going to blow your mind more than you've ever seen, and I'm going to show you exactly what it takes to make as much money as you want to in this business. So even if you're watching the replay right now, you're watching it live, you want a little piece of what we have to offer, you want to see what it looks like to be a student, type the word in increase. I'm going to find out what you're doing now that's working. I'll find out what you're doing that's not working, what you've tried, what you haven't, and let's blend what we're doing to help you become as successful as you want to be. Assad just said Dwayne Roberts is freaking awesome. Love you, buddy. Assad's been with me for about 3 years now. I think he's safe to say that he will tell you that his entire career was changed off the trajectory of being associated with our organization, right? So I'm going to get back and off my little bandwagon real quick, and we'll get back to this darn presentation, all right? So listen, interest rates are still low. So that's one of the things that you need to be talking about with these sellers is, listen, when I bought my very first house, my first interest rate was like 7.5%. And I hate to say it, that was actually a good rate, right? 7.5%. It's crazy, stupid low right now. So you need to be emphasizing that with the sellers right now, that the sellers need to be taking advantage of two things. The market is hot and the interest rates are low. There's few amount of listings out there, which means they're going to sell their house fast. And there's not a ton of new homes are happening right now. Now, do you guys know why there's not as many new construction that's happening on right now? The price of lumber, the price of lumber is crazy, crazy. I'm thinking about partying out my house. I'm gonna take the darn 2x4s off the darn wall and start putting them up for bid. I'm being serious. You know, people talk about putting money in Dogecoin, putting money in Bitcoin. I'm gonna put my money in OSB board because that went up like 600%. So listen, these are the things we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about getting your offer accepted in today's market, how to make your offer stand out without actually adjusting the price, how to represent sellers in a multiple offer situation. And we're going to talk about what no one wants to hear is, are we in for a bubble? Is this going to start crashing like it did in 2008? So that's the basic agenda that we're going to talk about today. Now, who knows what an escalation clause is? Put in the comments right now. I do, if you know what an escalation clause is and how that can help you win more potential buyer presentations, buyer offers. So if you know what an escalation clause is, go ahead and put that in the comments for me so I know you guys know what it is. Lisa says, I do. Susan says, I do. All right, so you guys might like this. I'm going to give you an ethical bribe. I normally don't do this. I think I threw out enough value a few minutes ago, but one of our students actually paid an attorney to draft up an escalation clause that is rock solid. If you would like to have a copy of that escalation clause, word for word, to submit in your offers to increase the likelihood that you'll win deals, I want you to put in the comments right now, escalation clause. And you got to spell it right. I can't spell it. I can't spell nothing. Figure out how to spell it and put escalation clause. Now, here's my ethical bribe. If you do that, my team's going to reach out to you. We're going to book you out for a 15-minute call. Let's have a real conversation. If I can help you, great. If not, I'll still give you the escalation clause, but I want you to at least hear us out on what we have to offer. My average student is closing 2 to 3 transactions per month. You need to ask yourself, what's that going to do for your pocketbook? So if you're a current student right now, go ahead and put in escalation clause and I'll just give it to you. If you're not a student and you like to have it, let's have a 15-minute conversation at the end. I will provide that for you. That's my ethical bribe for tonight before we move on to the presentation. Now, moving on. So how do you get your offer accepted? Because we are in probably the worst multiple offer situation I have ever seen in my entire life. It's kind of crazy right now. So here's a couple tips that you can use to get your buyer's offer accepted. Have your buyers have access to the MLS search coming soon area. Coming soon listings. Be one of the first ones to jump on it and get an offer as soon as it comes in. Being one of the first ones to show the listing may increase your likelihood that they'll accept your offer. If they list it on Monday and you're there Monday with an offer, you might get it accepted. but they listed on Monday, and between Monday and Thursday, they have 30 showings. The listing agent is going to come back and say, submit your highest and best, and we're taking them on Saturday. So that's one of the things that you can do is by going to the property the day or the next day it goes live and being one of the first ones to actually see that property. And also prep your buyers, because indecision will absolutely kill you in this market. So this is all about having a conversation with the buyer and setting down the ground rules. So they don't, Lisa said that methods work for her. Yeehaw. You want to make sure that your buyers understand if they find something that they like that meets their criteria, they better jump on it. So set that groundwork from the very beginning so that you don't get and show a property that you know is a steal and they're like, well, we still want to look at other houses. Indecision will kill you in this market. Right? A few tools to help get your offer accepted. Submitting an offer with no communication equals no offer accepted. Please do not submit an offer and not have a conversation with the listing agent. You are committing suicide by doing that. You're going to kill your offer. You have to stand apart from the rest. So have a conversation. Hi, my name is Dwayne. We just submitted an offer. This is, my clients are XYZ. They're strong buyers. They got good credit. They're putting 20% down, or whatever selling points you can bring up to separate you from everybody else, because there's so many agents out there and all they're doing is emailing the offer in. You don't want to do that. Make sure you're standing out. Make sure that you are submitting your offer with a pre-qualification letter. Okay, not a pre-approval letter, not a pre-qual letter. Do you guys know the difference between the two? A pre-approval versus a pre-qualification letter. Have your buyer go through the underwriting process. Have an underwriter actually say, yep, this person can buy. So that way, when you're submitting your offer and you call the agent and say, hey, listen, I know this might be a multiple offer situation, but just to let you know, my buyers are officially approved. It is not a pre-qualification. The underwriters already looked at all their stuff, all their docs it in, we're ready to rock. You guys sign off on this thing and we're closing fast. You want to make sure that you follow up with the seller agent in a couple of hours. Submit your offer, 2 hours later, check in with the seller's agent. Get straight to the numbers. Talk the purchase price, the down payment, close of escrow date, if they've been pre-approved or not. And you should never submit an offer in this market on a pre-qual. That's crazy. Let's talk about what's happening in the market right now, and if we're headed for a potential 2008. See, right now, we need to supply homes that are going to downsize because baby boomers are retiring in drones, and most of them are looking to downsize. So prices, in my opinion, are going to continue to stay strong, but not like it's been. 10, 15, 20% over asking price. It's going to expire in the next 3-4 months at the most. It's not going to last forever because what goes up must come down. And if the interest rates rise, that's going to stop some of the purchasing demand. We've got lower interest rates now than I've ever seen in my entire life. It's not going to last forever. Guys, that's pretty much it for today's presentation. If you like what you're hearing and you want more help with your business, if you have not made $100,000 in 2020, I want to have a conversation with you. If you're waking up in the morning and you're asking yourself, man, what do I need to do in order to get business? If you wake up in the morning and you don't have business, you've already failed. I hate to say it, you've already failed. If you don't have a plan every day that you wake up, I want to have a conversation with you. If you're wondering where you're going to eat your next meal from, I want to have a conversation with you. If you are sick and tired of hearing all these darn gurus give you a bunch of baloney telling you how you need some magic drip campaign, and you like what I'm putting down, I'm putting a comment in the post right now. I want you to book a call with one of my assistants, Brianna. We're going to talk about what you're doing now, what's working, what's not working, where you want to be, and we're going to put together for you a customized marketing plan, 100% for you in your marketplace. So we're going to ask you your average purchase price. We're going to ask you what your income goals are. And we're going to reverse engineer exactly what you need to do if you were to work with us in order to hit those income goals. So if you're a brand new agent and you're just trying to get consistent closing a transaction a month, I've got a plan for you. If you're an experienced agent and you're looking to double or even triple your business, I've got a plan for you. If you want to run a team and have many agents underneath you producing and closing transactions like your personal ATM machine, I've got a plan for you. So regardless of where you're at in your career, I want to see if I can help you get to the next level. Now, notice I use the word if, because let me be very clear when I say this. We do not accept everybody. And that's simply because I can't help everybody. Now, I get this question all the time. People's like, well, what does it take in order to work with your company? I'm going to tell you right now. First and foremost is you've got to be coachable. You've got to be humble. You have got to be hungry. You have to want to make money. Have you guys ever heard of the 80-20 rule, where the top 20% normally do 80% of the work? Well, in my group, in my private group, it represents the top 20% of agents. We're all winners. We're not whiners. We're agents looking to get to the next level. And with my help, I'll show you exactly what you need to do in order to get there. I'm a no holds bar. I don't pull any punches. I don't sugarcoat things. If you're looking for a coach to kick you in the rear end and tell you exactly what you need to do, I'm your guy. Now, if you don't like that, you want to salt the side of Sears, you got my beautiful wife, Amanda. She's here to help you out. We have two different styles, but together with our combined 40 years of real estate and mortgage and marketing experience, we know exactly what it takes in order to navigate this crazy competitive market, how to get sellers wanting to use you. And if you guys haven't been around us very much, our claim to fame, drum roll right now, is we help you learn how to get buyer and sellers booking themselves on your calendar. Like you run an ad, whether it's organic, no Facebook ad, or you spend money on Facebook, and they go through a process, and then in that process, they book themselves on your calendar. Like you wake up in the morning, you look at your phone, and wham, you've got two buyers to talk to and a seller in the afternoon. And every single day, if you do it right, you'll have buyer and sellers on your calendar ready to have a conversation. Let me ask you guys a question. Would that be a game changer for most people? If you think that would be a game changer for you, put in the comments right now, game changer. And my team is going to reach out, help you book a 15-minute call, see if we have a program, something to help you get to your next level, no matter what that next level is. Because here's the facts, and I hate to say it. Your broker, they ain't helping you. Your broker typically runs a spaghetti model. Now, you might have the best broker in the world. I can't categorize everyone. I'm just talking about in general. Most companies, they run a spaghetti model. What does that mean? It's like, you know how you like boil spaghetti noodles and you throw it on the wall, you see what sticks? They hire agents, they throw them on the wall, their license, and they say who sticks. Because real estate school only prepared you enough to pass the test. Am I speaking truth? Am I speaking truth? Pastor Dwayne dropping some more truth bombs tonight. Real estate school only prepares you enough to pass the test. And then when you get out there in the real world, then you quickly find out that this is more of a marketing game than you thought it was going to be. Listen, and I'm not saying that those old school things that your broker is telling you to do isn't going to work. I'm just saying that it's not as effective as it used to be, right? So you can send out mailers and postcards, and you can do chamber meetings, and you can do networking, and you can do all those things, your SOI and all that stuff. But you know what? It's not predictable. It's not scalable. How would you like to know for every $250 you put into marketing, you're going to make $5,000? Let me break it down for you real simple. You give me a check for 250 bucks, and I'm going to give you a check back for 5,000. How many times would you want to do that? How many times would you want to do that? If you wrote me a check for 250 and I wrote you a check back for $5,000, how many times would you do that? Of course, the answer is as many times as I possibly can, right? But there's only one reason you're not doing it now. You don't have the knowledge, or you're scared. You don't know how to do Facebook. You're afraid you're going to make mistakes. Listen, my wife and I spent over $100,000 making every mistake in the world. What we have condensed and that we provide our students is what just flipping works. So there's no guesswork. You don't have to worry about what is or isn't going to work. And on a general rule of thumb, for every $250 you spend, typically produces a closing. All right. So the last thing I want to talk about is any of my current students that are on this call right now. I want you to make some comments. Let the other people that's watching the live or watching the replay know about the content inside the course, about the support that is available. If you think it's life-changing, let them know it's life-changing. If you think it's not life-changing, heck, let them know that too. Be real and raw. You ain't gonna say that because I know my stuff is the bomb. But I want to give everyone encouragement to know that we're different. Because let's face some facts. Every marketer out there is pulling at your purse strings trying to get your business. And they all say that they've got a better mousetrap. But here's the truth, guys. We do have a better mousetrap. And the difference between us and other companies is merely the fact that we've been agents for 20 darn years. We know what works. We know what doesn't work. And would it surprise you to know that 90% of these guru marketers that are out there have never closed a single transaction? They've actually never been in real estate their entire life. They're just strictly marketer. And let me tell you something right now, okay? Getting a lead and getting the lead to the closing table, that's two different things. All right, listen, my wife and I wrote a book called Lead Conversion Secrets. And I want to give everyone on this call and everyone on this replay a free digital copy of my book, our book, Lead Conversion Secrets. So if you have not read this book yet, it outlines our 20-year journey on what it takes in order to attract and convert buyer and seller leads. So if you don't have a copy of my book right now, I want you to put in the comments, book. Just put in the comments, book. And I'm going to reach out, have my team reach out to you and give you a free digital copy of my book for you to be able to review, to learn more about what we went through, the trials and errors that we experienced, so you don't have to do that. This is our 20-year guideline, if you will. Listen, we all wish that we would have done things different when we were younger. And if someone said, hey, Dwayne, if you can give one thing to your younger self, what would it be? I would travel in a time machine and I would give myself this book right here. This book would save me so much time, so much headache, and it would get me so much faster to my road to success. So last call to action, guys. If you want a copy of my book, even if you're watching the replay, put in the comments, book. I'll reach out. We'll ask some questions. I am going to ask you if you like the book, call with my team. But even if you don't, no big deal. Tune in every Monday, 6 p.m. live. We got new trainings every single week. Next week is the lovely, the gorgeous, my wife, Amanda Roberts, and she's going to be dropping some more value bombs for you guys. We alternate these lessons. So make sure that you tune in for that. But besides that, guys, that's all I have for tonight. We will reach out, make sure everyone has a copy. If you said increase, if you said that you wanted the escalation clause, we'll reach out to you, get you booked up for a call, provide the information that you need. And remember, guys, as modern digital agents, which I'm hoping you guys all aspire to become, that when things change, and they will, we just learn to adapt, overcome, and improvise. Guys, love you everyone on this call. I'm so excited about the rest of this year. We're off to a very good start. Everyone, right now, you're in May, you should be sitting around $40,000 to $50,000 in commission. If you're not at 40 to 50 grand right now, you're behind. Let myself and my team help you finish this year off strong. Bye for now, guys, and we'll see you next week.